In the beginning, God created the heavens and He created the earth. He created every living thing upon the earth. Thousands of years later, along comes myself, Ed Waters, and I created FreeCircle so I could bring you the fireside. We want to bring you truth with integrity, insight that's right, and stories that matter the most today. So climb on in, buckle up, let's take a ride on the fireside. You change the world. Don't let the world change you. People are forever trying to change other people. Always remember that. Not that that's a bad thing, but always remember, you change the world. Don't let others change you. Now, with that being said, look at yourself. How are you changing the world? I want you to ask yourself that today. With my interactions in the world, the people I interact with, the places I go, and everything that surrounds me. Am I changing my world in a good way? Positive, not negative. So, you need to look at yourself and you need to identify who and what you are, how you want to change the world. So often do we allow others to put these ideas within our head, how we should be, what we should be, and when we should be. No, my friends. You define your own world, and you make sure it's a positive world. We've got enough negative people out there. If you hurt, if you feel, and you long for good in the world, let's start changing the world. One person, one voice at a time. We all go through a lot in this world. It's not easy. So, how do we fix this? Learn to communicate with each other. This world is kind of in a chaotic state right now. And we have lost the ability to make eye contact and communicate effectively with one another. Let's change the world in a positive way. We need interaction. And what we're getting is distraction. Let's put a little bit of emphasis on ourself. Let's look closely. What am I doing? How am I doing it? Am I going after the right things in life? Am I going to be that positive role model for the youth coming up in the world? Life is hard. We need to help each other. We need more love, understanding, caring, forgiveness. We all mess up, and we all do bad things. You know, some of us admit it, some of us don't, but it's there. It's right under the skin, and it shows. Don't judge people. Don't condemn people. Teach people how to live by how you do things. If you mess up, own up. Be a man. Be a good person. It's easy to tell little white lies and do things a little bit under the weather, per se. But is that right? No, it's not. And you've got to look at yourself and how you are living your life before we can change the world. It's hard to identify yourself when you're looking at yourself. Step outside. Listen to other people. A lot of people don't have the ability to do a self-analysis and understand why they're feeling the way they do. What is going on in their life? Are they willing to step up to the plate and change? Sometimes it takes a long time. You know, I'm in my 50s now. It took me a long time before I realized I had to really look at myself to start changing who I really was. It was hard. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. You know, I basically lost everybody in my life. Oh, they're slowly starting to identify and, understand. But that's alright. You stick with what you believe. I'm a rock. I'm willing to accept new if it's right. But, we've got to come to a decision in our life and stick with it. There's a lot of flip-flop, rubber, wishy-washy stuff in the world. And the more of that keeps going on, the worse the world gets. So we have to identify, how do we fix this? We fix it by fixing ourselves. And then sticking with it. And showing people around you, who you interact with, that you mean what you say. If you say something, mean it. Do it. It's rare in the world now. I'm amazed. Back when I was younger, if you said something, it was your word, it was your bond. And I've watched that deteriorate rapidly in the world. It's just sick that we allow people to twist and manipulate to gain control and financial wealth and power. Let's start changing the world, people. Let's identify ourselves first and fix it. Climb on and let's fix the world. Well, that's it for another FreeCircle Fireside. Thank you for joining us. You can find us on the web at freecircle.website. You can join in on the live shows or leave a message and we'll get your voice out over the message. The call-in line is 971-533-7805. Join FreeCircle, get your voice out, and thank you for joining the fireside. Ed, FreeCircle, out.